Hey, what's up guys? My name is Gazrect. I was a master player for TFT in set 3. We're definitely close to being masters this set. But we'll get there eventually. I wanted to make this video to show off a tool that I've been working on for the past couple months. It's a tool that analyzes all challenger games from the current patch across all servers. So the reason I made this is because I wanted to get a more accurate representation of what's happening in the meta right now. I know that a lot of sites currently that try and reflect the TFT meta have a bit of survivorship bias in their websites and their data, so I wanted to try and avoid that as much as possible. The way that I did this is by creating my own comp grouping algorithm. Now what that means is we're not looking for a specific set of 8 units and saying that's this team comp, look how those 8 units performed. It's an algorithm that is able to identify the key components of a composition, group those comps together, and give us a broader understanding of if you low roll and high roll with this comp, how that comp's going to perform across all the variances between your games. So for patch 10.13, by far the most popular comp is Cybernetics, which I don't think is a surprise to anyone. The comp's super flexible, it's really consistent to get top 4s, and you can even sneak a few wins by chucking in Thresh in the late game. Now what you want to be doing is you want to be building the 6 Cybers as well as a Caitlyn. This way you'll be able to stack your Vayne and get your power spike much earlier by chucking Last Whisper, which is a really important item in this comp, as well as Infinity Edge on your Vayne. The Vayne will be getting the sniper buff from the Caitlyn that you're also chucking in, and then later on you'll also be getting the chrono buff from the Caitlyn for the rest of your team. Now if you take a look at the first variation of this overall team, you'll notice a pretty nutty 89% top 4 rate and a 34% win rate when you're hitting level 9 and chucking in Thresh. You want to be pulling Urgot and ASOLs off the bench. Ideally Urgot's the best target, especially if you have Thresh too. He's going to be pretty much insta-ulting. So in second place around the world, the second most popular comp in Challenger right now is Blaster Brawlers, which is not a surprise again. Obviously this is another really popular comp. Jinx is probably one of the best units in the game, if not the best unit in the game right now. What you want to be doing is stacking items like Red Buff, Giant Slayer, GA, potentially items that you can get. Red Buff's a really important one for Blaster Brawlers because the blasters are going to be proccing that red buff and the healing reduction on multiple enemies on the enemy team. One thing you'll notice about the variations in this team comp is there's 2 variations once the player hits level 9. One's the addition of Echo to hit 2 infiltrators, and the other variation is having 2 mystics by hitting Soraka and Lulu. Now guys, the third and final comp that we're going to be going through is 6 Sorcerers Riven. This comp's pretty simple. You want to be chucking in 6 Sorks, 3-star Guardians, as well as a Riven. The items you want to be prioritizing on Riven are Rabadon's Death Cap, GA, and Quicksilver Sash. Something I think gets pretty overlooked in this comp is the power of Victor. Victor is pretty much a secondary carry in this composition. You want to be slamming blue buff, Morellos, and any spare items that you have on Victor. He actually is one of the main carries of this comp that gets pretty underrated. Heading into level 8 and level 9, you want to be chucking in a Fizz, a Xerath, and a Janna. Janna and Xerath work really well together as Xerath actually gets the buff from Janna's Tornado's attack speed buff, and Fizz works really well because his ult's going to scale hugely with the AP bonus that you get from the 6 Orcs. Coming in hard at 4th and 5th spot, we've got the 4th place Astro Sniper comp with Jhin and Teemo. You want to be putting Jhin items on Jhin, everyone knows what to do there, pretty self-explanatory. I think That's Primal has a really good video on how to play this comp optimally. It has fallen off a bit as Jinx is just a much better version of Jhin. She hits multiple targets and pops off a lot more than Jhin. Jhin's going to be doing most of his damage every 4th auto, which really isn't good enough anymore as 6 Sorks is meta and your team's just going to be getting one shot too quick for that to actually happen. And then in 5th place we've got the classic Mystic Vanguard Cassiopeia. In this comp you want to be slamming blue buff and Morellonomicon on your Cass and then having your tanks survive long enough so that Cass can burn the rest of the enemy team. Also you want to be stacking your secondary items onto Jace. One last little feature that I added to the tool is the ability to see which servers are playing which compositions, and as you guys can tell, you definitely don't want to be swapping servers anytime soon. The diversity is probably going to get you off guard, and I just wouldn't recommend it, boys. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please remember to leave a like if you enjoyed the video or you found it helpful, and leave a comment on what you think about the meta right now. I personally think it's pretty stale playing the same 3 comps over and over again, and the sad news is we're not going to be getting an update till patch 10.14. Other than that, guys, I just wanted to say I do stream pretty frequently on twitch.tv/gazdirect. Hopefully I remember to chuck that link at the bottom here. I'd love to see you guys drop by and say hello. Cheers, guys.